It's July 15th, and after taking some time off for family over the 4th, I'm back out into the field here looking for orchids again. Beautiful day today. Actually taking the four-wheelers out through some old logging roads and finding a few things here. Right at this spot we're looking at two. We're looking at rose begonias and tuberous grass pinks. They don't always bloom at the same time, but this year we're lucky. We've got both of them going on at the same time. They both like similar types of terrain. We're here on the edge of a floating bog. There's actually a hole behind where the camera is at there, where if you step in the wrong place you can go up to your neck in a hurry. So you got to be a little careful walking around this. This floating bog is actually out over the edge of the lake here, and this is where we'll actually find some of the rose begonias. They like a very, very wet environment. We'll see some a little bit later on that aren't quite as wet as this, but a lot of times I've actually been out right in a large floating bog several hundred feet from any dry ground and found the rose begonias. The grass pinks are very similar. They like a little bit drier ground, but in this particular case they're within 5-6 feet of each other in this terrain. So this has some swamp, some deep swamp here, a little black spruce swamp. This is a little shallow lake with some floating bog along the edge. Both very, very pretty flowers. We also did see some small frilly purple orchids this morning. They're just starting, and I'll do a little bit more on them later. Also looked for some green adder's mouth and was disappointed, didn't find any. I've got a spot that's been really good for me over the last few years and didn't see a single plant there today. So not sure if I missed them. They were only out for a short time and I missed them, or maybe it's just not a year for them. So that happens on occasion. So floating bog. It's July 15th today. Tuberous grass pinks and rose begonias. Well, at another bog site here, another floating bog site. I'm pushing it just a bit. I'm right out to the edge of the bog mat here. As I stand here and talk to you, my boots get a little fuller and a little fuller and a little fuller. So I'm going to be quick about what I'm doing here and we'll go on. This is a place we affectionately call Bill's Bog. A lot of different things happening here. I am standing next to what's called a bog candle, or a tall white bog orchid, and this is, I can't get to all my stuff right now, but this is probably about 15 inches high and is really pretty spectacular. Called a bog candle because a lot of times they seem like they just glow when you have a dark day. You can look out over a bog with a lot of these and they just kind of glow out there. So very nice. It's flower structure is very similar to some of the other bog orchids, like the green bog orchid, except that they're white. To me, when you look at a close-up of them, they almost look like some of those hats that some of the nuns from when Sally Field was the Flying Nun. It kind of looks like one of those hats. So they're really kind of pretty and a little bit different. In this particular bog, we're going to keep on looking here. There's thousands of rose begonias today. Typically there's some club spur. I haven't seen any yet, but I'm going to keep looking for that. And if we go around the corner of this little pond here, it dries up just a hair, and what we'll see in there about this time of year are ragged fringed orchids. So we're going to go take a peek and see if we can find some of those as well. And if we can get even one of those two, I think this will be a real successful day. So Again, pretty day. We're in floating bog. This time of year, the floating bog orchids really pop. They really go. It's right towards the end of where the dragon's mouth are going to be. The rose pagonias are going crazy towards the end of the grass pinks. But then we get the tall whites, the ragged fringe, the club spurs, and lots happening. So good time of year to be out. Again, July 15th. Well, we did come across some ragged fringed today. Again, and this is in the area of what we call Bill's Bog. And this one has a nice little bit of rose pagonia that are kind of accompanying it here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, half a dozen of them. Again, it's just a tad bit drier than floating bog. This has got a little more solid feeling to it. We have, this is about 2/3 ripe. Ripens first from the bottom up towards the top, and we still have some buds here that are going to open from there. But on occasion, this can vary in color a little bit. This tends to be actually kind of yellow here, but it'll look light enough. So once in a while, people will ask me, is this that white fringe that they have out in the western part of the state? And it's not. That's really not found in this area at all. So as far as northeast Minnesota is concerned, if you see anything that looks like this, it's the white fringed. Excuse me, not the white fringed, just the fringed. Well, another great day out in the field. I hope you get a chance to get out and find some of these for yourself. In the meantime, thanks for watching and enjoy.